Hey there, and welcome back to another video. Overtones. This is a concept that I've been asked about a whole bunch, but I've actually never made a video here on YouTube about it until now. What exactly is an overtone? How do you play overtones? How do they actually help you as a saxophonist? In this video, I'm going to answer all three of those questions for you, and I'm going to give you some simple ways to practice them and simple ways to implement them into your playing. Like always, I created a completely free resource for you that goes along with this video. It's a PDF worksheet that contains some overtone exercises that, yes, I'm going to go over in the video here, but I want you to download and have for yourself so you can not only follow along with the video, but you can practice on your own and you can have that worksheet. The only thing you need to do to get it is go to davepollack.com/overtones, or you can just go to the top of the description down below and click the link, or just click the link in the pinned comment. Without any further ado, let's dive into the overtones. Overtones are basically, without getting too complicated, on saxophone when you put your fingers down for a lower note and a higher note comes out. You've probably had that happen by accident before, and I'm going to teach you how to kind of get away from that and make sure it doesn't happen. But when you're fingering a low note and a higher note comes out, that's called an overtone. I'm not going to get into the specifics here in this video, but just that's what it is. We can control that using our embouchure, our voicing, our air, tightness, looseness of the jaw here to control that and kind of voice those notes and place them where they're supposed to be in tune with a good quality sound. And that's what overtones are going to do here. So if you look at the PDF, you'll see that I wrote number 1 on the first section here. I wrote that because this is going to be the first overtone. In the overtone series, there are specific notes that you can achieve above the lower note. I'm only actually going to be talking about the first 2 in here because I think if you can master or at least get better at these 2, your tone will improve a lot. So to practice this, the first thing you're going to do is play each of those notes as written. So I'm going to start on the lowest note on the instrument. And this works whether you're playing soprano, alto, tenor, bari, whatever. But I'm going to start on low B flat. I'm going to play those notes as written. Here's what that sounds like. Pretty standard. I played a low B flat, then I played the middle B flat, low B flat, middle B flat. What that does is it starts to get your ear hearing what each of those notes should sound like, but also your embouchure is going to have to adjust for each of those. I'm going to be giving you a little exercise later to help specifically with low notes, but make sure you can first play that low note, in this case a low B flat, and then play the middle B flat, be able to jump between them. I wasn't jumping quickly, I was making it a fermata with, a rest in between, just like I wrote on the PDF. So now as you see on the second line, we're going to start on that middle B flat, and I wrote as written. So that means you're going to just play the regular middle B flat fingering. But then for the second middle B flat, I wrote low B flat fingering. So that means you're going to actually finger low B flat, but I want you to play that same middle B flat note. You might find the note jumps down and you're going to have to adjust a little bit to keep it there. So you're going to have to voice your embouchure, keep your tongue maybe a little bit higher, but don't let it drop down. Keep your fingering of low B flat down, but hear that middle B flat. And here's what this would sound like. All right, I want you to try that out for yourself and let me know how it goes for you. You might have the note jump up too high. That means you're going to be tightening too much and you might be getting the second overtone, which we're going to get to in a second. You might have it jump down to the low B flat, which means you're kind of opening up and using the voicing for the low B flat. What you want to do is really get that middle B flat sounding as close to the real fingering as possible. Obviously, you heard it's going to be a much darker sound. It's going to be really dark, really mellow when you use the low B flat fingering as compared to when I was using bis B flat. But the idea is to keep that intonation there and get it as close as you can. When you have this control over the instrument to really voice these different notes, then when you just go to play whatever note you want using the regular fingering, you'll be able to hear where that pitch is, voice where it is, pre-hear it, like I like to say before you even play the note, and the notes will come out more in tune. You'll have a wider, richer sound, and it's just going to sound better. Your tone's going to be better overall. So try this first overtone exercise for yourself. Once you can play starting on that middle B flat, then play the same note jumping down to low B flat fingering. Now what you're going to do is play the low B flat with the regular low B flat fingering, but then you're going to jump up to that middle B flat, but keeping your fingers down for the low B flat. What this is really going to do now is train your embouchure to be able to voice up that octave without your fingers moving. So definitely don't try this until you did the previous one, but here's what this one sounds like on line 3. Now you can do this up and down as many times as you want. Just for demonstration purposes for this video, I'm only doing it for those 4 measures, but sure, you can go through that. You can sit there for an hour and do that until it's really clear, each one of those notes. Do not cheat and use the octave key. So many people are like, oh, if I just put the octave key down, it'll instantly jump up an octave. The goal is not to play the higher note. That's not the goal. That's the process. The exercise is jump up that octave, but the exercise is jump up the octave while playing the low B flat fingering. So don't just say, oh, I can't get it, so I'm just going to add the octave key. That doesn't do you any good. I'm not saying you should use low B flat fingering to play middle B flat in your normal playing. It's an exercise to work on overtones to get better with your tone quality. So now if you look down on the page, you look number 2, this is now the second overtone. So the first overtone is that note middle B flat. Now the second overtone here is going to be that middle F, the top line F. So we're going to do the same process as before. I'm going to play this first line of number 2 here and play the low B flat, then the higher F, then the low B flat, then the higher F with the regular fingerings. Now this is going to be a larger interval, so it will be a little tougher, but if you haven't worked on overtones before, you'll actually see that this overtone is actually the easiest one to get. This is the one that you accidentally get a lot when you try to play low B flat. It's still important, it's still in the process here, but just know that it's actually not as crazy hard as you think it might be when first looking at it. So now I'm going to play line 2 of number 2, where you play the F as written, then you play the F with the low B flat fingering, and then repeat that. Now, did you hear at the beginning of each one of those Fs when I was playing the low B flat fingering, you heard a little bit of the low B flat? That's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect right away. You can get better at this over time and get more clean with it. But remember, we're working on the voicing and just using overtones as an exercise. We're not trying to actually play the note, if that makes sense. The goal isn't the note. The goal is the process here and what it will do for your tone. Now I'm going to jump into the last line for number 2, where we're going to play the low B flat as written and then play that higher F, but keep the low B flat fingering down and then repeat it. And here's what that sounds like. All right, I hope this video has helped shed some light on overtones for you and explained what they are, how to practice them, and how they can actually help you as a saxophonist. Overtones are just one concept in the many concepts that make up getting a great saxophone sound. And if you want to go deeper on all things saxophone, like tone, technique, improvisation, and a lot of other things, I have the perfect thing for you. It's my Saxophone Success Community. Like the name implies, this is a community of like-minded saxophonists just like yourself, who are looking for a supportive community online of people they can be inspired by, who they can connect with and learn from. Inside the Saxophone Success Community, there are new things happening all the time, like the monthly masterclasses. Every single month, I create a new masterclass with a focused topic, and I go in depth on that topic. I teach it to you, I give you resources related to that topic, and it really helps you get better at whatever concept that is. There's also the Song of the Month. Every single month, I pick a song or maybe a couple songs based on a specific topic, and I go in depth on them. I give you lead sheets, backing tracks, reference recordings, and I analyze the song, the melody, the chord changes, how to improvise over it, how to best play the melody in some different styles. I give you reference audios where we can trade back and forth, where you can hear me play it, a bunch of other people, and it's a really great thing to learn new songs. And the really fun thing about it is because everybody's working on the same song or songs that month, we can all compare our recordings, we can ask each other some questions if we have any difficulties with it, and we could just share our process and our progress. There are also monthly live Q&As, monthly challenges, and the most important part of the Saxophone Success Community is the community itself. Learning saxophone, especially online, can be a very lonely endeavor, and if you just go online and Google stuff like, how do I learn how to do this or do that, Yeah, you might get some answers, but you're going to get a lot of conflicting information. God forbid you land on a forum with all the egos, the toxicity, and all that nonsense. You don't want to deal with that. Inside the Saxophone Success community, we're all supporting each other. And the best thing is you can ask questions directly to me and to everybody else in the community. You can post recordings as often as you want, and I'll be in there every single day responding to them, giving you personalized feedback as often as you post, and it's going to help speed up your progress day after day after day. If you want more information about the Saxophone Success community and try it completely risk-free for 30 days, the only thing you need to do is go to davepollack.com/SSC. I'll also put that link in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.